Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Cal Hamon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. And double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone that's ruling well, and teaching knowledge, wisdom, understanding that the Most High has given them, to speak to the hopeful elect and to, fish for the lost sheep of Israel. So with that, we're get into just a quick little hit. How the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Which is the so-called white man, Esau, which his name is biblically Esau, the Edomites, which the earth is owned by the Rothschilds, the 12 richest families of America, and to the international bankers, which is the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Bushes, the Clintons, and the list goes on. So with that, I'm going to get Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Yeah, the earth is given to the Rothschilds, the international makers that own everything. They own from the media, from the banks, Citibank, of course, from all the they finance the wars, World War I, World War II. They set up Hitler to make it seem like, because Hitler, he was a Rothschild. His great grandfather was a Rothschild. I forgot his name, but they set Hitler up to make it seem like they were the true Jews. That's why they made up that Holocaust. And I'm going to continue on the scripture. It says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Yeah, he covered what the world really calls Jesus, which is Yahweh Shai, of how he looked. They portrayed the image of Caesar Borgia, which he's the son of Rodrigo Borgia, and they portrayed him of having him a white face with long, dog, stringy hair, when the scriptures says contrary to that, and matter of fact, let's get that. Revelations 1:14. It's in the spirit. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. So similar to the Israelite customs, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we have woolly hair, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. His eyes was a flame of fire because, like it says, prophesied in Genesis the 49th chapter, of how his eyes would be red, because he drank wine. He wasn't a drunkard, but he just drank wine because he was stressed. And that's why he had gray hair, because he was stressed out from the Israelites, And it says, and his feet were like unto fine brass as they burn in a furnace. Yeah, because brass is like brown. Think of a penny. You know how a penny is like bronze and brass? It's just like that, So he was a dark-skinned man, because if you burn anything in the furnace, it becomes black, like very, very black, like charcoal, So that's the description of the Lord, of Yahweh Ba'Shem, of Yahweh Shah, Shalakia. It says, thereof not where and who is he? Like I said earlier, it's the Rothschilds, the so-called white man that's owning the powerful man of this society, the so-called white man, the Esau, which Esau in the Hebrew is this Joshua, which means wasted away is he, because when he came out, his pigmentation was wasted away. When Isaac seen that, because nobody never seen that before. That's why they mentioned Jacob, because Jacob was normal. He was dark skinned, like the other nations, not the other Slakia. Yeah, like the other nations, because every nation on the planet has melanin and has dark skin. And this is in the Apocrypha. This is First Maccabees 3:48. It says, and lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likenesses of their images, and that's exactly what they do. Throughout the history of the history books, they painted all their images white, and it really was a dark-skinned man, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he made all nations of color. You know, he didn't make him white because white man has leprosy in his skin, you know, which is in Leviticus chapter 13th chapter, the 30th verse. You know, um, so it's totally contrary to that. So I just wanted to make this quick hit, because just in case get some scriptures to these brothers, just in case they want to get some precepts and so forth, and just to edify the elect. So Lord willing, was he edifying to y'all? That I'm in this sermon. This quick little video saying all praises to go to the Most High Yahweh by Shem Shah, Kal Halom Yahweh by Shem Shah, and double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone and to hopefully elect Israel that's being diligent and pushing the truth with sincerity and truth. That Shalom.